everyone, welcome back to O Belief. I trust that you are doing good, and if you're not, I pray that you will be soon enough by God's grace. Before we get into today's talk, I just want to say thank you for all the support that I've been receiving so far. I appreciate every single one of you. I know that many of you have been inspired to make changes, especially as it relates to the feminine hygiene products that you use. And I'd just like to encourage you to keep on by the grace of God. Now on to today's talk. I want to share with you how I overcame the acne battle. Acne is one of the most common skin conditions in the world, affecting an estimated 85% of people at some point in their lives. Now, what is acne? Simply put, it is a skin condition that occurs when hair follicles plug with oil and dead skin cells. Acne could be caused by a number of things, and these things include things like improper diet, a diet high in sugar, in oils, refined foods, stress, hormonal changes, and so many other things. And as I always tell people, what happens on your skin is just a reflection of what's going on inside. So if you've never done a detox in your life, then that's something to consider. Now, in my teenage years, I struggled with acne. I used to break out very, very often, and whenever I did, I got a whole bunch of blackheads and it left dark spots behind. So for the longest while, this part of my face was darker than the rest of it. Now I know that there's something about having visible skin condition that affects one's confidence. It makes you feel ugly, so conscious of yourself all the time, and so many other things. And of course, back then, I didn't understand that I was fearfully and wonderfully made. What I looked like on the outside does not validate my beauty. So at this point in time, I'd just like to pause for a second and say to anyone going through this same struggle at this point in your life that you are beautiful. Your skin condition does not make you any less beautiful. God values you and He knows you by name. You are His. And if you need me to remind you of that every day of your life, then play this part of the video over and over every day. Okay, so let's unpause. As it relates to acne, there are ways to get rid of it. So many different ways to get rid of it. One of the things that I noticed at a very young age was that whenever I ate highly processed foods and foods high in sugar, I would break out. So reasoning from cause to effect, I cut back on sugar and I drank lots of water, and just like that, my pimples started to disappear. So it was then I realized how much of a part the way I ate contributed to my skin condition. Even the consumption of dairy plays a part of altering hormones within the body. And studies show that high levels of milk consumption have a direct link to acne. So what is the solution? Eat more whole foods. That is the safest way to go. Another way to help get rid of acne is through sweating. Yes, exercise. The more I sweat, the less pimples I had. Wow, that was easier than I thought. Just by exercising, you help to release those extra toxins from the body. Another thing to pay attention to is stress. Keeping stress at bay is another way to avoid and reduce pimples. A lot of the time, we worry about the things we have no control over. It's like fighting a losing battle. So, my dear friends, take it to the Lord in prayer. And then another thing to take note of, I know a lot of the times, persons who suffer with acne, they tend to cover their face up, with different makeups, foundations, and whatever the case may be, and that may not necessarily be the answer. That actually makes the problem worse. So just by cutting back on that and doing the things that I mentioned earlier, and also the things that I will continue to mention, then you will see tremendous improvement in your skin condition. Now, apart from lifestyle changes, there are things that you could do externally to to help with acne. Things like facial washes, facial scrubs, and also facials with so many different things. You could use aloe vera, you could use blackstrap molasses, lemon, and the list goes on. But today I will be showing you one of my favorite routines using a facial wash from All Relief 100% natural charcoal bar soap, and also an Epsom salt facial scrub. So I really like to use this All Relief charcoal 100% natural soap bar, and what I do, I just wash my face with the soap. So I lather really good and then soap up my face with the soap, make sure every crack and cranny is soaked up, and then I use room temperature water. If I use hot water, I make sure that I end with cold, because hot water tends to open up the pores and cold water will close it back. So after I'm done washing my face, it feels so good, then I will get my Epsom salt. You can use Epsom salt, you can use brown sugar, you can use Himalayan pink salt, whichever works for you. If you're in the islands, feel free to use sand for this facial scrub. So in my case, I'll be using Epsom salt. All I do is add a little water to a handful of Epsom salt, and I make it until it's like a slushy-like texture, and I just scrub onto my face, just scrub in circular motions, upward circular motions, and scrub really good. If you do have a lot of acne on your face, you do want to be more sensitive with your scrubbing, but you can go as hard as you like. If your face turns red, that's perfectly fine. It's just a sign that blood is being rushed to the surface of your skin. So it's pretty simple. So you just scrub up and then you wash off your face and feel the difference. Feel the difference. And your face may become dry after the salt, but if that's the case, then feel free to use some natural oil on your face. Another thing that you want to take note of is that the Epsom salt, it helps to really exfoliate the dead skin cells. It really helps to exfoliate the dead skin cells and to also remove the excess oil from your face. So that's it. It's that simple. When you're done, you just wash off and feel the difference. So if this video was a blessing to you, I ask that you give it a thumbs up and make sure you leave a comment on how this works for you, to encourage other people to continue to go natural in every single aspect of the word. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos if you haven't already subscribed. God bless you and goodbye. Remember to take care of yourself.